let's rank my personal top 10 favorite episodes of Star Wars Visions, the basically Star Wars anthology anime series that sees to answer the question, what happens when other voices peer through the eyes of Star Wars, you know, whether that be other countries or just different types of anime studios. And this is, of course, my top 10 list. It is not the right list. I would love to, of course, hear yours down in the comment section below, as always. And we're also going to do a bottom 4 and then some honorable mentions, but we're going to try to, as quickly as we can, get into the top 10. So, at number 4 of the bottom 4 is The Pit. I just didn't really like it. This one, it was a bit dry and not interesting to me, personally. Number 3 is Akakiri, which is the final episode of season 1. This episode was just boring and really not well acted in the slightest, and like just really was disappointing back when season 1 came out. The last two, Black, which is number 2, and Birds of Paradise, which is the bottom of the bottom, the absolute worst episode in my opinion of this show, are both from season 3. In fact, they are the final 2 episodes of season 3. And yeah, I don't know, I think Black was just really weird and like not that good in my opinion, and then Songs of Paradise was really overacted and just, I don't know, not good. It really just, I don't know, these last 2 just sucked. Next is, of course, the honorable mentions. I loved Au's song. I thought that was a really cute episode. Tatooine Rhapsody was also a really good one. In my personal opinion, it was really good. Joseph Gordon-Levitt cannot sing, but it's overall a fun little like rock band episode. Number 3 is The Ninth Jedi. I'm so excited that it's getting a TV show. I believe it's a limited series, but it is getting a TV show and even got a sequel episode in season 3 of this very show. Number 4 is The Lost Ones. I liked this one. While I don't love it as much as I loved The Village Bride, which this is a sequel to, I did ultimately find myself really enjoying The Lost Ones in its very beautiful animation and its idea of loss and acceptance. Number 5, which is the final honorable mention, is The Smuggler. This one's really good. Very creative. It's done by Trigger, who I believe also did The Elder in season 1, and yeah, it's like really good. It feels like Star Wars, and just, yeah, like I would love to see a continuation of that one as well. Now it is time for the top 10. Now this is a mixture of volume 3, volume 2, and volume 1 episodes, as I did actually try to rank these from, granted, I loved all of these, and every single episode of this show across all 3 seasons has had gorgeous animation, but I really did try to decide, okay, what one do I like? You know, what's the worst of the best, and what is the best of the best, in my personal opinion. As I said before, I would love to hear your ranking. So let's do it. Number 10 is Yoko's Treasure, I believe is how you pronounce it. Yoko's Treasure. This one is just cute. It's got a teddy bear with a microwave in its belly. It's just really cute. In certain spots, it felt like a really good like kids book that you would maybe read to like your kid or something. Like those Jedi adventure books from when I was younger, or a Galaxy of Fear or something like that, which was like a Goosebumps ripoff. Forgive me, my chair was creaking. And yeah, like it was really fun, and I would love to frankly see a sequel to all of these in the top 10. Screecher's Reach is number 9, and that was the Cartoon Saloon one. Now, I love Cartoon Saloon, I love Wolfwalkers, but I will say that this one just felt like, oh, like this is what Cartoon Saloon does, and I would personally rather see them do something else that's a bit outside the Woodhouse, a bit different, with another contribution possibly next season. But it was really good. I think Eva Whitaker, the little girl who played Maeve in Wolfwalker, she's the main character of this, and I think she did good. And I overall liked this one quite a bit. Number 8 is Journey to the Dark Head. Well, I do think that Fowl, what was that main character's name? I think it's Fowl, something like that. It's like Paul. It's like Paul, except with the letter changed. Fowl. His actor really was not good. Really, a lot of overacting on his end. But Daniel Day Kim was great, and I just really love how gorgeous the animation is. It feels like a Star Wars anime, in the truest sense of the word. You know, really good action, really good characters, and just gorgeous visuals. And I would absolutely love to see just a story in that style again. Totally gorgeous. And I was able to appreciate even some of the acting choices of the female main character for this one. And yeah. Next is number 7, which is The Bounty Hunters. This one is about a female bounty hunter and her droid with 2 personalities. He's a medical droid and he's also an assassin droid. And that one was really cool. Felt very Star Warsian in its way. And I think that's like the best thing about the best of these, is that they feel like Star Wars, but they also feel unique and different. I really love how this one was sort of playing with the themes that we all know and love with Star Wars. And I don't know, I just really liked it. I did have some sort of questions about certain things, but I just enjoyed the vibe. And I think that's kind of what the top 5 has. Of course, this is number 7, but the top 5 definitely have high amounts of vibe. Next is number 6, The Duel Payback. Now, this is a sequel to The Duel, which is like the very first episode of this whole show, and I really did like it. I liked that there were some really cool visuals, some really cool fights. There's an actual story here. There's a dude named the Grandmaster who's trying to get revenge on the Ronin character for something that he did in his prior life. And I don't know, I really enjoyed that bit of it. And I don't know, like, my main problem with the original The Duel was that it was just no real story. It was just, what if a Ronin character fought somebody and it looked like a Akira Kurosawa movie? And nothing against Akira Kurosawa, of course, but like, I need something more, perhaps. And this episode gave me more. It gave me more story. And as we're going to get into the top 5, my personal top 5, I think that's what the best ones of these do, is like, they give you a story and you can really appreciate that story for what it's worth. And yeah, I like the payback. So top 5, number 5 is In the Stars. This was done by, I was about to say a French studio, but I do think a French studio. And it's just so gorgeous. It's the only one of these that's really stop motion animated, besides of course Au's song. But like, it is just so gorgeous, so realistic looking. I loved the story of these 2 sisters having to fight the Empire, and the Empire represents, of course, obviously imperialism, but they also represent colonialism and just a general lack of respect for nature, which is what these sisters try to bring back to their home. And the environmentalist message and stuff like that. Like, I really did love it, and I just thought the girl was so cute, just utter adorable. And yeah, like, I don't know, I just really loved it, and it spoke to me in its way, and gorgeous. Like, all these episodes were absolutely gorgeous, but like, it just looks so incredible in its, like I said, in its way. Number 4 is The Village Bride. The Village Bride, I absolutely love that episode. It got a sequel in season 3, but I absolutely loved this first one. It was so peaceful, so tranquil, you know what I mean? I think I've even shown it to other members of my family, but it's just so peaceful and so tranquil, like I said. You really get a feel for the planet, and I think that's really what helps it. And of course, the gorgeous animation and the fact that they had the lightsaber feel like a katana was also rather rad. But yeah, just an utter vibe. This one is. And then, of course, number 3 is The Spy Dancer. Now, this is a French studio, the same people who gave us Genndy Tartakovsky's Primal, did this episode, and oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so gorgeous, and like I would love to see a sequel to this one. It's just so fun. I love how the dancer dances and the way that they animate the fabric, and just the sort of the chunkiness that Primal has, the sort of the chunky thick lines and just the chunky characters for like the men just really speaks well to this type of to the way that they visualized this story. And I feel like the acting especially was truly powerful, especially by the main actress who plays the spy dancer. And that leads me to number 2, the top 2. Number 2 is The Elder. Good old David Harbour of Stranger Things fame does a really good job as the master. I feel like he would be really good at doing a Han Solo TV show. Like, he'd be really good as like a Han sound alike, I guess. If they wanted to do that, he would sound really good. And like, I think he does a good job playing like a Qui-Gon Jinn-ish character. Obviously, you have the dude who played Bart Allen in The Flash. What's his name? Jordan Fisher. Jordan Fisher is the Padawan. He's pretty good here. The true standout, of course, is the guy who plays Mr. Ping, James Hoon. Mr. Ping from the Kung Fu Panda movies. James Hoon? Is that his name? He is the Elder, and obviously, you have, like I said, Dave Harbour, and yeah, like both actors are really good. There's like a really strong like Star Wars sinister vibe. You know, it's a Padawan and an apprentice going out and trying to find a Sith Lord, or at least a dark side user, and like it just, I think, really works with what the whole show was kind of going for at this point, of just seeing what stuck, what vibes worked, you know, how to tell a story. Like, it just really felt like Star Wars in its way. And then, of course, number 1, if you know me, you know what number 1 is. Number 1 is Lop and Ocho. Lop and Ocho, that's the episode with the bunny girl, is utterly fantastic. I love how it's able to draw on just the classic Star Wars themes of imperialism. The Imperial Empire have shown up, and they're going to try to colonize their home. And, you know, you have broken family where Ocho, you know, sides with the Empire, and Lop has to take up the family lightsaber. And the lightsaber looks just like a katana. It's really cool. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. How could so many of these blades be like the shape of a katana? How can they be so solid? It doesn't matter. It's just utter vibes. And I just really loved the acting and the storytelling, the world building, like everything about Lop and Ocho just, I think, really culminated to being just the perfect amalgamation of what this show could be and what it could ultimately represent in its way. You know, is this show perfect? No. I do have my issues. I literally have a bottom 4, and I do think that sometimes these episodes could feel a bit samey, considering that they're all dealing, most of them deal with the Force, they deal with lightsabers, you know, they deal with the Star Wars, archetypes that we all know and love so well. But then you get these special little episodes, like the top 5 on my list, the top 5 that really understand you know, what can we add from our culture, and what can we add from Star Wars to make a perfect blend of just immaculate storytelling. And I think that's really what Star Wars Visions represents, is this an amalgamation of one of the greatest things America has ever created, and some of the best, most talented filmmakers across the globe and what they can do. And honestly, I would love to see more of a mixture next time, possibly more episodes than just 9. But season 4, I would love to see a mixture of anime and the international side of Star Wars Visions to create a perfect sort of amalgamation of what this show could be. Give us 12 episodes. You know, granted, I couldn't watch 12 episodes in one day, but I'd be there. I'd be there day one. And yeah, you know what I mean? I just really loved this little show here. And I think season 3 was just as good. An episode that I will shout out just by itself is, give me a minute. Forgive me, I had to open up Disney Plus. Another episode that I will shout out from season 3 was the Song of Four Wings. That one was really cute. But yeah, I don't know, I just love how cute this show can be, how fun this show can be. You know, sure, like I said, it has some stinkers, but this really is like a good show. And I don't know, definitely in my top 5 favorite Star Wars shows among all the other more traditional Star Wars shows. So if you have not seen Star Wars Visions, I recommend it. Granted, probably watch them in batches because they do start to feel a bit samey, but like I said, just watch the show. You'll love it, and it's solid. It's a great show. And remember that God made you special. He loves you very much. Hope you had a very lovely day. Hope you had a very lovely week as always. I love you. Hope you had a great day. God bless, and may the Force be with you always.